How to gain a perspective in challenging times. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to another learning workshop. In our workshop today, we will learn how to gain a perspective, specifically when we are going through a difficult time. I was in this space just like these working professionals, feeling stuck, confused, overwhelmed, wearing an emotional mask, just pretending to be too good, but hearts of hearts, carrying a lot inside me, which was taking a toll both on my physical health and mental health. Yet I continued to wear an emotional mask. I was only able to find a way out when I gain a perspective on my challenge. And here are those 5 steps through which I would like to share something I pull out from my journal so that you could build your resiliency muscle and at the same time find your way out of the mess you find yourself in. Let's get started. Here are the 5 steps. I have put them in step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let me share an example. And the example I'm about to present to you is from my own life. So this is an image I have pulled out from my journal. And here I've mentioned these 5 steps. We begin with the step 1 is we identify the challenge at hand and create a timeline. So when I find myself stuck in a time period, which was from 2018 to 2021, the first step was I wanted to put things on paper, which was to describe the challenge at hand. My challenge was I was stuck in thoughts, beliefs, and experiences and was operating out of those 4 years as a caregiver I was to my father in the time period between 2018 and 2021. Because on 12th May 2021, my father passed away. The time passed away, but I was still in these 4 years. Post 2021, my decisions, ideas, thoughts, mindset, goals, everything were influenced by these 4 years of negative experience. This is quite normal to undergo a period of grief when you have a personal loss. But then when we cascade the loss, the personal loss, into a personal and professional area, and everything is driven by it, where we find ourselves not really able to move ahead, is when I thought I need to practice this. This is a method through which you gain a perspective and find your way out. You gain clarity and a direction. So just like me, if you are stuck in a certain time period, I would urge you to use the same model. First thing, write your challenge at hand. As I wrote here, I was stuck in these thoughts, beliefs, and experiences. Then create a timeline in the step 1 itself. So I created a timeline here, and it starts here from 1970. This was actually the time period when my father landed in his first job. Then 2005, when he officially retired, but he was actively working up till the year 2018. That was a year when he had health issues. He was diagnosed with heart ailments and lung ailments and a lot more. So after which he couldn't really work actively as he used to before. But this span of 1970 to 2018 was the best years of his life. He had lots of success, prosperity, connection, friends, travel. He contributed immensely to his job, to his field, to the students, to everything that he was able to. And here I am in the year 2017, establishing my coaching business, Guide and Advise. And in 2018, I slip into this difficult years. Now, when I drew this timeline for the first time, it actually gave me a lot of insights. It made me understood that why I was stuck here. One reason was this was my journey where I began as an entrepreneur, as a coach. a journey which has its own share of challenges. At the same time, in my personal space, I was struggling because I was a caregiver to my father. These two things were majorly responsible to the reason I found myself stuck in this time period. But when I drew the timeline and went back in time and look at this time era, the 1970s, 2005, or to up till 2018, there were infinite numbers of episodes of happiness, successes, and a lot more, which I failed to see because I was only here. So, friends, not just that you write your challenge at hand and create a timeline, identify your struggle period. And when I sat down to identify, I could only find these 4 years and nothing here. It's not like there were no challenges, but not as much as these were. This again gave me a, a holistic view of where exactly I was stuck, what made me stuck, why was I so caught up in here. Then, as step 3, we need to create 2 columns, challenges and lessons learned. So you could pause the video here, maybe copy this, or you could use your own. But the first thing first, label your challenge, create a timeline, and put everything on paper so that you're able to identify your struggle period, why you are stuck, what was the struggle, and what really happened before that, so that you gain a holistic picture and not just confined to few years and few set of experiences. At step 3, these were the challenges and the lessons learned that I came up with when I drew this timeline. You can have your own. Uh, there was a negative outlook, a cognitive distortion I was suffering from when I looked deep into it. Then as step 4, this was something my coach taught me, in which it was about answering a set of questions to find benefits into the adverse experience I was going through. And if you see it on the screen, you can pause, make a note of these questions, and can answer them at your own pace, because these questions will help you along with the challenges and lessons learned that you've just may have found. These questions help you deeply reflect and help you further gain an insight into your own experience. Once you write down your answers, because each one of us will have our own unique answers based on our experiences, you will learn that there is a completely new insight that you gain when you sit back and reflect on the responses you've written. This was the way through which I was able to think differently, rewrite the script in my subconscious mind, which refused to leave those 4 years. Instead, when I wrote everything on paper, gained a holistic view, and answered those questions and deeply reflected, there was a profound shift inside me. And that shift helped me unstuck myself from that area I found myself caught up in. This is one of the most powerful ways to train your brain, because our brain is equipped with enough flexibility, which in a way helps us become more resilient. And anytime you find yourself not really being able to find a clarity or direction in challenges, sit down, put things on paper, follow those 5 steps, and I'm sure there's a lot that will emerge out of it and will teach you alongside building your resiliency. Well, that's all for today, friends. If you are going through any kind of workplace challenges, if you want to learn the best essential coping mechanisms, gain a perspective on issues where you find yourself stuck in, here are my coordinates. Connect with me. Our first consultation call is always free, and through which I can help you understand how best my coaching can assist you move ahead in life and build your life skill of being resilient. Thank you.